This is the Three Rivers Historical Society and the Three Rivers Museum. Three Rivers, California. Was developed here in 1991 for the Society and the year 2000 for the museum itself. It's been growing ever since. We have a variety of activities and projects going on around the museum. And I'm Tom Marshall. I'm on the board of directors of the museum, and we are a pretty active group as far as getting things done. We have visitors here during the winter months of about 325 a month, and in the summertime that 325 changes to almost 2,000 people a month that actually come through the museum on their way to Sequoia National Park. Behind me is a statue of Paul Bunyan. Paul Bunyan, 16 feet high, weighs about 16 tons the way it sits, and it's carved from sequoia wood and a downed sequoia tree, which did not come out of the national park. It was actually came out of a piece of tree that was 54 tons. It was built, carved here up the street about a mile in 1941 and 42. That is the chisel that Carol Barnes used to carve Paul Bunyan out in front. He used the chisel and a hand axe to carve that 16-ton piece of wood out there. And that's the chisel that he used. In 1956, went to Porterville, just south of us here. But in 2001, actually it brought back here after the motel and restaurant it was at changed their name, and they gave us the statue back. So he's come home to Three Rivers. From that, behind me is actually Native American huts developed by Native Americans. The Indian huts, as they're called here locally, Native American huts, were built by members of the Waxahachie tribe. This is the Waxahachie replica. Both of these huts are actually about 80% of the actual size. Interesting thing about this hut is that the structure inside is made of willow branches, and when this was first put up, it was just nothing but willow branches with no roots or anything else. And when it was developed 8 years ago, now the willow, which was stuck into the ground about 4 inches, is now growing on the side of the hut. Yes, it was the framework inside the redwood hut was actually willow, and yes, it was the framework inside, and then the redwood bark would be put on the outside. Our heritage trail goes from our Native American huts and goes up behind all of the museum building, and it was developed for us by the Cal Fire Mountain Home Crew from the Balch Park and Springville area, and they did amazing work on it for us. It was done in 2015. But it goes to the little white house next door, which we call the Beckett House. Beckett House because it was Bruce and Jesse Beckett in 1926 that built the house. And just recently we finished restoring the house to 1926. And we are starting to put antique furniture inside. The Sequoia Shuttle is a service that comes from Visalia, stops up here at the Comfort Inn and the museum.